Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of EverQuest 2. Now we're doing the Halloween event quest, also known as Nights of the Dead. As you can see, it's the first day of the celebration. It goes on for several weeks, and somewhere in the middle is Moonlight Enchantments as well. We'll do all the quests for that as when it comes time to it. But so we're here in front of one of the goblins, and he has a quest for us that's related to the Halloween stuff. So let's go ahead and talk to him and see what he wants. Ah, you scared me. But that's okay. You would be perfect. Shiny, shiny, you help. A simple goblin get a shiny. And my reply is, what sort of shiny? No thanks, not today. The sort of shiny that is shiny. But that not matter. You help me, right? I guess so. What do you need? Or no, I'm not interested in shinies. I need someone to travel to the Loping Plains and pick up a very special ingredient for a friend of mine who has a very particular taste in his food. And I say, what sort of taste? You think I am allowed to tell you? Ha! I think not. He is just always telling me, get me more food and find me more victims. What? Victims? Did I say victims? No, I said candy. He says find me more candies. He has a monster of a sweet tooth. Okay, I am not sure I trust you, but I will help you anyways. Or no, I am not sure I am sure I heard victims. I think I will pass on this. So let's go ahead and say I'll help anyways. Even though it's almost certainly a trap. So your reward will be this ghoulish nightmare tapestry. Now you'll get this for sure, as well as one of the 4 following items. Go ahead and take this off since I was talking in group. I'll clear my my guy so that you can see exactly what it looks like. And there it is right there. You'll also get this little chandelier type lamppost. It has a little bat look to it. It's kind of nice. You'll also get this banner, or you'll get one of these. You'll have to pick which one you want and flip it around, and it's kind of a nice little banner with a skull on it. So if you're going for that little evil look, that would be a nice one to get. You can also get this prowler, a skeletal prowler. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see. Now when choosing which one of these items to get, it's important to look at the fact that some of these are no trade, which means you can't get them any other way but to do the quest. So if you want to have every item for the Nights of the Dead event, you're going to have to do this yourself on this character, as well as the cloak is no trade. But these other 2 items are not. So you can buy them off of the broker from somebody else who may have done it on a low-level character and doesn't want it. Or maybe they did it last year and they have multiples of those. So keep that in mind when choosing your item. Now we're going to go ahead and hit accept. Great. The master will be pleased. Head to Somborn Cemetery in Loping Plains, and I will have someone meet you there to give you what I need. Alright, I will return soon. Ha! That's what you think. What was that? I said, hurry, I need a drink. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm not sure how that plays into this, but alright. So obviously it's a trap. Now you can get to Loping Plains several different ways. You can go to your guild hall, use the druid teleport to teleport you straight there, the wizard teleport, I believe they have one there. Or you can just run there. And so for those of you who don't have guilds, I'm going to show you the easiest way that I know to get there. And you can come over here to the little bell and go to Greater Fadar. Now Greater Fadar is a low-level zone. I think it's 10 through 20 or 1 through 20. And it will be available to basically any of you guys who need to use it. If you're evil, you don't really want to use this one. You can go to... well, you can't really go to Butcher Block either because that's a good zone. You can still come through this zone, you just have to be a little bit more careful. So mainly this is for good classes, and I'll go back and make a video for the evil classes. If you guys want something like that, leave that in comments as well. So this is kind of a nice city. It's real tranquil. It has some nice little music that makes you relax, and overall I kind of like this city, but there's not a lot to do over here in this zone, unfortunately. But for those of you who want to know what quests that are over here, you can go back through my videos, and I'll have a step-by-step instruction on every quest in this zone. So you can come over here to this little pad right here, and click on it, which will open up this, and we want to head down to the very bottom right here, the far residential area, and just hit next, and it will zone us down there. Even though we're already still in the same zone, it's going to go ahead and go to the load screen and add your character. Now if you open up your map at this point, you'll see where you're at, and what we want to do is head down basically in this direction. Now there's other ways you can get down there. You can use this ramp over here to this side, and we'll go ahead and show you how to do that just in case some of you guys don't have a flying mount. Actually, there's no tunnel down here, so we're just going to go ahead and jump down. Not a good idea if you don't have a flying mount. There are some steps over here somewhere that you can get down, but I'm not going to look for them right now. So we're going to go ahead and float down. And the Loping Plains is going to be right through this little cavern entrance over here to the side. Now, if you are already down here on the bottom, you're more than welcome to use the horse stations here. You'll see one right here, and I'll go ahead and talk to him.
Hello.
And say, yeah, I would like to travel, and it'll pop up this. And this is the map of the zone you're in. And these are all the different points on the map that they have destinations that you can travel on the horse, and it will take you through the zone, and you don't have to worry about being attacked or anything like that, and it's very, very quick. But since we're already here in the area we need, we're just going to go ahead and go through this little area. Now, Loping Plains is somewhat of a high-level zone. It's, I believe it's level 55 through 65 or something along those lines. Or maybe it's 65 through 75. We'll look when we get in there, but if you're not that high, you can still come over here. You just have to be very, very careful going through it. There's a lot of roamers that go across the path of the road, so you can get jumped. But again, when you die in this game, you really don't lose anything other than you know, damage to your armor, and then the experience debt, which can be erased when you log off and you stay off for a few hours. So not that big of a deal. Now, the quest we're working on is not really the quest we're going to be doing. Now, this is a two-parter, so we have to do another quest before we can get to the end of this quest. And for those of you who may be watching this with a small kid, the storyline of this quest is kind of grotesque, kind of morbid, not very happy ending kind of story. So you may not want them to actually watch this. There's a few other quests that we can do, like the ones where I had to go out and get Ghost and ride around the zone. That's more than fine for kids to watch, but some of these are not. They're more intended for mature audiences, or at least those who aren't as, I guess, as squeamish as some might be. And I don't know why this is taking so long to load. Okay, so here we are in Loping Plains finally, and it booted us out during the loading screen, which kind of, but here we are. So you can either come over here to the handler for the horse and say, yeah, I would like to travel, and you can go right to the village, and we'll go ahead and do that so I can show you. Put you on the horse, and it will run you there, and so you can't be attacked by doing this. It's the safest way to go if you don't want to run through the zone yourself. It's not the most direct path, as following the road would be faster, in my opinion, with the mount. But you can always do this. This is fine. And it kind of shows off the zone a little bit as well. And here we go. So as you can see, the zone is kind of dressed up. This little guy right here, the skeleton, wasn't here before this Halloween event started. And they put little pumpkins all over the place. And so the cemetery's right up there. We're going to go ahead and run up there. And as you can see, there's a guy there. And he comes running outside at... And you may be like, oh, what happened? I didn't die. I had plenty of life. I was doing pretty good. This is just part of the storyline. And it says you received a near lethal bite. Quest journal update. What happened? And so it wants you to find out what happened. I don't know why I can't move. Oh, there we go. So you may see that this cabinet right here in front of us is clickable. That's for the lore and legend quest. If you haven't done it already, I've done it on this quest, or on this character. So we're going to go ahead and head out here. Now if you go straight across, you will see a person with a book over their head. And we're gonna talk to them and see what they want. There is no greater tragedy than a parent losing a child. This poor man suffers so deeply. And I say, what happened here? I should go. Someone or something massacred this man's entire family as they slept inside their home. Their spirits are unable to rest, and they haunt this house. There is also some other great evil residing inside the home. And say, I was also attacked by something near here. Have you investigated inside the house? I wish I could, but I cannot leave Jason right now. He is far too fragile, and I fear for his life. I could do it for you, but only if you promise to help me find out what attacked me. I will accept your offer of help. In return, I will help you once you have successfully cleansed this mansion. You must hurry. I sent someone in there to perform the ritual, but they haven't come back out yet. I gave him a book which contained the cleansing ritual. You will need to find that while gathering components for the ritual from within the mansion. And you ask, what will I need to perform the ritual? You will need a good amount of the family's personal belongings in order to perform the ritual. How many died in the house? Jason's wife, 2 daughters, and his son all lost their lives. I will go release their souls. So as you can see, a very sad story, and it gets even sadder once we get inside. So not exactly the perfect quest, you know, for a kid. So now these quests are not that hard. There is a few things that may stump you where to find certain items, which is why I'm going through it. And so this is the new quest you get for doing this one. There will be Ghost. And so you have this item, and you're going to get to pick one of these items, not all of them, just one of them. And so you get a little beetle, which is kind of cool. I don't think I have one of those. You'll get a little bat. I don't think I have one of those either. And then you get these things. These are recipes to create. Let me go ahead and turn these off. These are recipes to create items that you can use only during the Halloween event. You can make them anytime all year round, but you need the items that only drop off creatures during the event. So if you get enough of them, you can keep making them, but chances are you'll run out pretty quick. So let's go ahead and hit accept. So it says I need to find a key to enter the music room. And so you can look around real quick. It's actually pretty nice in here. They spent some time making it very creepy. But as soon as we walk up, we're going to get attacked. Right up here to these stairs. You'll see these little kid running up the stairs. He'll disappear. The bats will fall out. And you'll see all of a sudden we just got jumped by 4 guys. So we'll go ahead and attack these guys. And they're fairly easy. Doesn't take much to kill them. And when you loot them, chances are you'll find things like this. And this is the stuff I was talking about to make trade skill stuff during the Halloween event. And you're like, okay, where do I go now? And there's little skeletons on the floor, but there's nothing that you can click on. All the doors are locked. You can't get in anywhere right now. So the very first thing you want to do is find the key, and it's hiding basically right over here behind the couch. So go ahead and pick it up. And that unlocks the door to the music room. The music room is going to be right over here. So Tammy Rivers is one of the kids right there. You murderer. And you're like, what? I didn't do anything. So you can look around. It's kind of nice. It did spend a lot of effort making this house very creepy. And basically the only thing that you can click on is these musical notes right here, music sheet. This is music to a popular lullaby. So go ahead and click on it. And again, you will get attacked. Just fight back. You'll kill these guys rather quickly. Loot the bodies. And as you can see, there is a glowing item now right over here on the shelf. It's the key to the next room. So there's nothing else in here that you can click on. We're going to go ahead and move over to the next room. Next room is across the hall. You can't go up. There's nothing up there just yet. I'm getting a little bit of lag tonight, guys. I apologize for that. Okay, so here we are going inside this next room, and it says I should investigate the family room. Now, you look at the coffins, you can click on them, but you can't do anything about it. This one says it's a unsealed coffin. This coffin appears to be unlocked, and it has a little red glowing crystal kind of thing coming out of it. But again, you can't do anything with it. So you're like, what should I do? You come over here to the wall, and you see there's a little dumbwaiter. You click on it, and it says the dumbwaiter appears to be frozen shut. Now, there is a torch right here, and that's what you want to click on. So go ahead and accept the torch, and now you should be able to use the torch to burn the coffins. Now, these guys have a tendency to root you in place when you're burning their coffins, but they are fairly easy to kill. In fact, the fire alone of you burning the coffins will kill these creatures. So you don't actually have to. And now they're all dead. So you can loot the corpses of the ones you killed. The ones that burned to death, you won't be able to loot anything off of. And now the only thing that left is this coffin right here. So you can go ahead and open it up. And it says you were able to open the last coffin. But now it wants you to open it completely. So you got to click on it again. And there you go. Now there's the key that you need. So go ahead and loot the key. I need to investigate the upper levels of the house for more components for the ritual. So that's where we're headed next. We're going to go on and head upstairs. Now, if you come over here to the side, you'll see a skeleton on the ground, and it says a skeleton. The skeleton appears to be sticking out of the wall, and you're like, well, there's no door for me to click on. There's nothing here. In fact, it's an invisible wall. So what you want to do is walk right through it, and there you go. As you can see right through it on that side. When you come back around, you can't see through it. So let's go all the way down the hall. And there you go, Jonah Rivers. I don't know if that's a little poke at Joan Rivers, who recently passed, or homage, or what that is. But you want to come over here, and you see a little perfume bottle. This is an expensive bottle of perfume. Go ahead and click on it, and she disappears. Now you can look around the room and see just, how much work they put into it, and she has a little journal here that you can't click on. But the key you're looking for is right here on the dresser. That pops up all the time. So now you need to look for the final components for the cleansing ritual, and you need 3 of those. So now that you have a new key, you can head on over here to this door. And I'll show you real quick. Oh, I'm getting attacked again. Again, these guys are fairly easy to dispatch. They don't take very long to kill. And you do get some nice trade skill loot off of them. So I'll take you over here and show you that there's nothing over here on these walls. It's just an empty balcony that you can kind of look over or look down at and see the entirety of the house. So let's go ahead and open up the door. As you can see, this house has seen better days. I can be good. Please leave us alone. So these are the kids' rooms right here. And you can see they're still begging to be left alone. They didn't die peacefully. Unfortunately, like I said, it's kind of a sad story. So there's a boomerang over here that you want to click on. You basically need one component from each one of the family members and a little stuffed animal. Unfortunately, she died as well. I mean, it's just a very, very sad story. There's the little book here that you can click on. And you want to head over to the next room. That's a tiny apparition. So this is a little baby who didn't quite make it either. And you can hear that really creepy music. So there's a little baby rattle that you want to click on. Go ahead and leave this room because it creeps me out. And now it says I must find the final instructions for the ritual. Now those instructions are all the way downstairs back into the music room where the piano was. So let's head on down here. And right here on the table you'll find a really, really creepy looking book with like skeleton hands on it. And it says it's a spell book. The spell book appears to contain ritual instructions. So go ahead and click on it. And it says I should attempt to read from the book. So all you got to do is open up your inventory. Go into your equipment. And so now you have a new scroll right here. Ritual of Cleansing. Charges 1. So applies cleansing ritual or rites when activated. So go ahead and right click on it and say use. And you can see the illusion that gets cast when you do that. And now there's an enemy that popped up. So we have to attack him. And so he says, so you have returned, my child, or do you not know what part you played in this mansion's curse? Ha ha. Stand against me after I embrace you and gave you eternal life, and you will inevitably fall. And then he says, enough of this insubordination. Let's take this fight elsewhere. So you want to follow him out here. And he's these little bats right here. Kind of like the old Dracula that could turn into bats. He's kind of doing the same thing. And so now you need to attack him again. And he flees one more time. You can't attack him while he's in this state. And he says, that's better. Now let's try this again. And then he takes off. So go ahead and open up the door. Do you not remember feeding on this family after I granted you the gift of eternal life? Your anger is a bit misplaced, my child. So he's trying to convince us, and maybe rightly so, that we were the one that killed everybody in this family after he bit us and blacked out. Attempting to kill me will not remove your curse. You are doomed. Ha 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 ha. Follow me to my basement if you dare. So all you gotta do is come over here and click on the little trolley system that they have, and it will zone you down into the basement. And as you can see, it's very dark, very creepy down here. And there are some more of his little loyal servants, his bat creatures, which you can kill very easily again. They're not trying to make this Halloween quest very hard on you because they know that, you know, characters of all levels are going to want to participate. So it's really about the storyline and less about the attacking. And this is a protective bat. You can kill him rather easy. And then there's the named, and this will be the last time you have to kill him, at least for this area. You don't understand this at all. This is... I am not a villain. All along you focused your hatred to me when you should have been looking into the mirror. And so if you come over here and look into the mirror, you can see there's a creature that looks a lot like you. In fact, he is exactly like you. He's the mirror image of you. And now he's starting to walk closer and closer and closer. Very creepy. And that's exactly what I look like right now. Except, I'm not attacking myself. And poof, he's dead. Plus, I don't die that easy either. So, you have these three options again you could pick from. Let's go ahead and exit out of the guild. You have the ghoulish tombstone with a little thing on it, the ghost coming out of it. You have the little beetle. You have the bat. And you have the spell items, or not the spell, the crafting items that you can get. Now, we're going to go ahead and get the beetle. This house is cleansed. I should inform the priest. And I do believe it was supposed to exit me out automatically. So we'll go ahead and climb back up and exit out of the mansion. So you can see by finishing one quest, you finish both at the same time, or so it would seem. There's the protector. Is it done? Yes, the souls of Jason's family have been released. That is good news. I can only hope that this will relieve his suffering a little. Tell me, were there any clues to who killed his family? The house was taken over by vampires. Vampires? Did you kill their leader? Yes, but there were some other interesting things I found out while in the mansion. And now you get to pick what item you want. Again, you get this for free, or I mean, you know, as just a reward for the quest, and then you have to pick one of the other two. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Prowler. Like what? It's not important now. All that matters is that the mansion has been cleansed. Now I must be off. I am a bit thirsty. So that was a poke at you still being a vampire, which you're not. That's the end of the quest, guys. If you like these little videos, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below, or hit me up in game. Thanks again for watching.